Hello and welcome to my Ever Messy Art Studio. My name is Keeks, and today we are going to be painting in my handmade Arches paper sketchbook, and I think we're going to do some cats. But first, before I get into that, I wanted to show you, so one of Janet's scavenger hunt things is to have a tag, and so originally I was going to make my own tags out of these from a garage sale. But then I found this, which my mother-in-law gave me. Look at this, isn't this fabulous? It's got a frog, and look, it's got googly eyes. So it's perfect for the scavenger hunt. And I'm gonna put it on a safety pin because that's also something on there, and also string. So I feel like this definitely stamps a lot of boxes on mine, plus it's something that was given to you. So I am excited that I'm gonna put this in my scavenger hunt book. But yeah. So I wanted to take a look at this cool book. So this is called Painting Cats, Curious, Mindful, and Free-Spirited Watercolors by Terry Runyon. And the ISB on the back is 978-07112-85347-52000. And it looks like in the US it's $20, and in Canada it's $25.99, and in the UK it's $14.99. So that just kind of gives you an idea of what you could probably expect it. I got it on Amazon, and I originally got it because I was watching Kathy Berg a couple weeks ago, and she was talking about books that inspired her, and she brought out this book, and I was like, those cats are adorable. I want to paint them. So we'll do a quick little flip through of it. I'm not gonna flip, or I'm not gonna spend too much time on any page. I'm just gonna do a flip, because if you want to learn how to do some of these things, then you should buy her book. So here we go. This is the steps of painting a cat. First do your outline, then give it some details, and then give it some final marks. Look at how cute that is. Oh. Got all kinds of cuteness. I love this page. I think this page is really inspiring. I want to do a super colorful page like this, just because I think it's really gorgeous. Look at all these cats, man. They're so cute. We're going to be doing this exercise, I think, today, which is called the Spirit of Cats. So it's going to be really fun to do. Color wheels. More cats. Eventually I want to try to do one cat that's like this. I think that would be really fun. Meow, 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 meow. That's what's going through my head as I'm flipping through this. I don't know if you guys remember that commercial. I think it was for like Meow Mix. Yeah, and then there's one where you make clothes for them. This would look really cool with some jelly plate clothes, wouldn't it? I can imagine someone like Yolande Devin Rexford rocking that. Just talking about collaging with cats. So maybe you paint the cat on one page and then do the story on the other and just put it in there. Expressions. All kinds of different things. Some sketches. Cats with people, and even other animals. So yeah, super fun book. I'm also going to be testing my book holder because I've never done this before, or never used it with it before, so I'm pretty excited. So we're going to be doing an exercise called the Spirit of Play, and this should be so easy that anyone can do it according to her. So we'll be trying this out to see how it goes. So this is my homemade sketchbook. I actually bound this myself. And the paper in it is Arches hard pressed paper, or hot pressed paper. So it does have like a few little different things in here. But I haven't played in the sketchbook that much, and I'm afraid it's because I'm viewing it as if it's too precious. So I want to make sure that I'm using it so that, you know, I can enjoy it. Because I mean, I spent a lot of money making this book, not gonna lie. That's part of it. But the other part of it is my favorite watercolor paper, so I want to be able to use it. And I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So anyway, I was thinking that I would be using my Paul Rubens today. Love my Paul Rubens. They are very loved. So I'm gonna move some stuff out of my way here. And let's see what we can do to get everything together on the screen. There you go, you can see my watercolors. I'll put my little pen jar here. And I've got water right there. Okay, here, let's trade these two. So this part should be easy. It says, keep the spirit of play in your blobs. This is an opportunity to experiment and let it flow. And the idea is that we're going to be taking various colors and making spontaneous shapes. It's okay to add ears, tails, and legs to the shapes as you start. Try it both ways. So I'm going to pick out a watercolor brush here. Let's see. Who is calling to me for this? You might be a good brush for this. Or actually, I think a bigger brush. This Ohuhu is a size 8. And I really love this brush. So let's do that. And I was thinking that I would do rainbow colors, so I'm gonna Roy G. Biv it because I think that would look the best. So with that, let's start with a red blob and go from there. Our first cat. Okay, so I want to add some orange to this cat. So I'm just gonna put some boops of orange in there where it feels right, like that. So that's one with features. Let's try an orange cat. Maybe do that. And then we'll use yellow for accents. There we go, something like that. And then I want a yellow cat. Maybe like that, and then we'll add some green. the green again. And then blue. And then we want that blue again. Maybe this is a little thin guy.
Go quack quack.
And then purple. Give that one some red. Like that. I really like that. I think that's pretty cute. And then what we can do to add maybe some more interesting elements to it is we can dribble the rainbow colors as well. It's gonna get messy, but it's gonna be fun. And look, it's adding other colors in there, so it's doing something wonderful. Very much purple for that. All right, and then we're just gonna let this dry for a minute. And I'm not gonna dry it with a heat gun because I want to see what this does. So I'll come back when this is dry. Okay, so I think enough time has passed now that we should be able to play some more with this. We've already got legs on some of our cats, but some of our cats are needing a couple of different details. Like maybe we could add some stripes to this kitty, and this kitty we need to add some ears. So I think I'm gonna use brown for the green cat's ears. I think that would be really cute. So I'm just gonna go boop, boop, and a little triangle like that. And I think that'll look really cute. And then maybe we can add add a couple little something like that, and then maybe just like a little pattern on the tail. That'd be pretty cute. Something like that. So now that kitty is done. I think I'm going to use red on this next kitty. And this kitty's going to have really big stripes, because this is a big boy. Do some stripes like that for the tail. Do that. It's pretty cute. Okay. Then let's see. This cat already has some stripes and stuff going. Love this cat's color. This one's a little dark to be adding stuff like that. I think we'll wait for the detailing part. And then we've also got this cat up here. So this cat had some subtle polka dots, but I want to make them more vibrant. They're orange polka dots. Like that. And then I think I'm gonna leave these two cats the way they are because they're already super cute. And we're gonna let it dry again. I think while we're waiting for these other cats to dry, I'm actually gonna work on the cats that I didn't add anything to, and we'll start giving them some details. I'm gonna try using excuse me, I'm gonna try using this Arctic's marker and see if it's gonna work for me or not. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. Some days I like it better than Posca, and some days I don't. I don't think I want all of the cats' eyes open. Like, I think this one I want the eyes shut. This one I want to have angry eyes. So it looks like a dinosaur kitty. There we go. Something like that. I feel like this is a side view of this cat, which is why I'm only doing one eye there. And then maybe some teeth. Like that. Okay. Then I'm gonna take a fine liner and add some little toe beans here. So maybe we need a bigger marker for those. Let's see. Yeah, like that looks a little bit better. We'll go ahead and add some eyes. go ahead and do this one right here. Now where did I put that fine liner at? There we go. Kitty has a really fuzzy tail. This one's got more of a pattern to it. This one I'm going to be silly because, like I said, this one's giving me dinosaur, not cat. So I'm going to turn it into a dinosaur. Sometimes you got to change it up a bit, you know what I mean? There we go. Dinosaur. Some claws. Now it looks like these guys here are ready for some faces, so let's go ahead and do that. This one I think is going to be another one of these. Do some big old eyeballs on this one because he's a big cat. Just do some nice normal ones on this guy. Oops, wrong marker. Kind of messed up that kitty's face a little bit. So maybe we can do something about that by making it look like this is part of this kitty's mask. Like that, and then let's add some claws to these guys. I have to say, this is the first time I've used these Munchuti drawing ink pens, and I'm not very impressed with them. This is the first time I'm using it, and it's not as dark as I want it to be. So I know I mentioned that I bought a whole set of them. They look like this. But if that's what the littlest one's acting like, oh no, we forgot this kitty's ears. I'm gonna try with the fine liner just to like scratch some ears in there. There we go, like that. And there you have it for that particular painting. So I'm just gonna hold it up to the camera so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, so that's pretty cute. And then real quick, I'm gonna flip through the book and see if there's another thing that we can try to do. So the next one I'm gonna do is called the Cat Coffee Shop, and it does involve drawing quite a bit. So I'm gonna zoom in here. There we go. And I'm gonna give these pens another chance. I'm gonna use the 01 instead of the 55, the 005, and see if maybe that gives us what we want. So I'm gonna use this guy, and we're gonna see. But like I said, not entirely impressed by these, but they are doing the job. Oh, see, this one's drawing much better. That makes me happy. So maybe just the 005 wasn't working right. Still kind of a bummer. Let's see here. So I'm just redrawing her drawing. And this will probably take me a little bit. So at this point, I'll probably put it on a fast forward. So I chose this particular exercise because I thought maybe it would match my style better, just because I do enjoy doing things with line art more than I do without. So I just tried really hard to kind of copy what she had, and I think the hardest part was trying to simplify the drawings, because her drawings were, or her line art's very simple, and then, you know, you let the watercolor do the work. And I was having a hard time between how do I know when it's too simple or too detailed. So I feel like I spent a lot on the very first half trying to get this detailed but not detailed shelf with all these goodies on it. And then after that, I was like, you know what? That's not really what this is about. You know, just relax, Quiche. You don't need to fret over this. And so then I just kind of let my pencil do the work, and it kind of got a little bit easier because in the first page of this part of her book, you don't see the full drawing. And so I actually misunderstood what the drawing was and thought that she was drawing someone looking over a fence. And then I didn't see the rest of the image, so I just kind of made up my own character. So this little dog was not in the book at all. I just thought that it was cute. And so anything from that little mouse character over is not from the book. Now there is a little cat peeking over the fence, and that was from her book. But I feel like because I couldn't see the whole image and had to use my imagination for part of it, it made this drawing feel more like me. I did enjoy drawing it, but like I said, it was a very simplistic design. So it was really hard to try to match that style. But I think I overall did a pretty good job. I do definitely think that the little mouse I drew is my favorite part of the drawing, because I think that it just looks really sweet and cute. Okay, so as I explained probably in the voiceover, some of this I had to kind of make up. In the book, it does have a sketch. This is the sketch right here, but it does not show the entire picture because there's a Post-it note in front of it. So even if I go on the other pages, it doesn't quite show the whole thing. So I'm just kind of going with my own flow now because I have it undone. And see, I'm also misunderstood what this artist is doing, because in her rendering that's not a fence, in my rendering it is a fence. So mine ended up being an outdoors looking scene, whereas hers, it looks like it's inside a cafe, which I guess makes sense because it was called Cafe Cats. So my cat is apparently a street vendor of sugary confection sweets. Don't ask how he got the shelf out there. It was probably really heavy. But yeah, so we've got that down, and now we can just kind of start painting and having fun with it. So I'll probably return to doing a voiceover on this part too. As for my watercolor technique, I just wanted to keep it really simple. So I just did wet on dry. Like, I didn't try to play with any of the ways that the water would mix or anything like that. I just illustrated, and I just kind of let fun. I kind of think about it as like Pete the Cat. And Pete the Cat, you know, children love those books, and it's literally just a watercolor cat. So I was like, you know, be simple, be Pete the Cat. And I think that worked out pretty well for me. I think I did a good job of keeping this very cartoony and light and cute. And I think it really does kind of match my style in a way, because I'm not a very good watercolorer. So I feel like in this, it just allowed me to just have a bit of fun and play around and just kind of see what I could create and what I could make it look like. And I really like how simplistic it is. You know, I like how it's almost kind of childish in a way. I think that that's a very fun aesthetic for art. And, you know, it could be cool for something like eventually, you know, if you want to do like a children's book or something like that. Like, I think this could be a really fun way to do that. So I really enjoyed this project, and I really enjoyed just how relaxing it was to just sit down with the paints and just kind of let them do their own thing. So I would highly recommend this book. I think it's a really fun book, and you should definitely try out some of the exercises. And I think that's especially true if you're somebody like me who's still very new to watercolor. I've only been watercoloring for about a year now. And, you know, some of the stuff I do is pretty simplistic, and it's because I'm still learning. So knowing that I am a novice at watercoloring, I feel like anybody should be able to do the projects in this book. I think that they're pretty easy and they're pretty fun. And it kind of just lets you get that confidence. Because I know before this, I would not have been confident to draw cats. I especially wouldn't be confident in anthropomorphizing them to have some sort of a booth in the middle of the road like this. Okay, so it's still a little wet, but I think it's looking pretty good. It looks like we've got a couple spillover areas, but I mean, I've never tried to color in one of my illustrations quite like this before. So I'm not necessarily mad about the messy parts. I just feel like the more I practice, the better it'll be. But I definitely love that. And our other cats are done drying now, and they look exquisite. Hello, kitties. Meow. So if you joined me today, thank you so much, and I really appreciate you. If you could give me a like or subscribe, that would be excellent. However, I look forward to hopefully talking to you guys and seeing what y'all are up to in the comments. So thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!